Most Ford owners get scammed long before their truck ever breaks down, overcharged for small fixes, misled about must-replace parts, and taken advantage of by people who don't know these engines like I do. I'm RJ. I've been working on Fords for over 20 years, everything from old Rangers to brand new F-150s. I've seen trucks die young and others push past 500,000 miles without a single major repair. The difference isn't luck. It's knowing what to do and what to avoid. Today, I'll show you the simple steps I use in my own shop to help Ford owners keep their trucks running strong for 500,000 miles. Number 1. Change engine oil and filter often using Ford-approved oil. If there's one surefire way to help your Ford last past 500,000 miles without major repairs, it's my number 1 tip. Change the engine oil and filter early and often, and always use a Ford-approved oil. Think of engine oil like the blood for your Ford. It lubricates all the fast-moving parts inside your engine, like the crankshaft, bearings, camshaft, and pistons. The filter keeps out metal particles, sludge, and contaminants so that the oil can do its job. If this system breaks down, everything gets tougher to move. On modern Ford engines like the turbocharged 3.5-liter EcoBoost in an F-150 or the 5.0-liter Coyote V8 in a Mustang, the engine runs hotter, spins faster, and puts more stress on the oil. I've seen way too many Fords come into the shop with worn bearings, oil starvation signs, or even failed turbos simply because someone treated lifetime oil as literal. For instance, when owners skip oil changes in an EcoBoost engine, especially if they tow or drive hard, the timing chain tensioners take a beating and the engine lifespan gets cut short. Ford recommends you should use their Intelligent Oil Life Monitor system to choose when to change oil, but even they warn that you should change oil within 2 weeks or 500 miles of the alert happening. So, on your own, you should drain the oil, replace it with Ford-approved Motorcraft synthetic or blend oil, and install a good filter at every change. While Ford's monitor might suggest 7,500 or even 10,000 miles under perfect conditions, for maximum engine life, I recommend changing it every 5,000 miles, especially if you tow, carry heavy loads, make lots of short trips, or drive on dusty roads. But remember, there's no such thing as lifetime fluids or 10,000-mile oil changes for life. Replacing oil is the best way to maintain your Ford and save money. Let's say you spend $60 every 5,000 miles on quality oil and filter. If oil changes are neglected, you're looking at over $5,000 in repairs. A $60 oil change can save you from a $4,000 engine teardown. Number 2, maintain all fluids and flush as needed. Another big mistake that I see that cuts a Ford's life short? Neglecting the fluids. I've seen way too many blown head gaskets or ruined transmissions because someone skipped coolant, transmission, or differential flushes. If you want your Ford to last past 500,000 miles, this second tip can't be ignored. Your Ford relies on different fluids like coolant for the engine, transmission fluid to keep gears shifting smoothly, differential and transfer case fluids, brake fluid, and steering fluid. On Fords like the 3.5-liter EcoBoost or the 5.4-liter Triton V8, the cooling system sees big heat and stress. An old coolant or clogged system can lead to overheating, head gasket failure, and even engine replacement. If transmission fluid is left too long in an F-150 or a Mustang, it will degrade, cause hard shifts, slip, and eventually the gearbox wears out. Every 30 to 60,000 miles, the transmission fluid in your Ford should be changed. Just like with oil, fluids don't last forever. Even those lifetime fluid claims by manufacturers shouldn't be trusted. What should you do instead? Check and top off all major fluids at every oil change, which is around 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Then do a full flush of each system at the right intervals. If you drive hard, tow heavy loads, or live in extreme climates, shorten the intervals. You'll spend around $120 to $300 every few thousand miles to flush and change fluid, but if you skip these, the gearbox can fail or the engine overheats, and you're looking at over $5,000 in major repairs. Number 3, replace filters and monitor engine intake and airflow. My number 3 tip to make your Ford last over 500,000 miles is to always replace filters and keep an eye on the engine intake and airflow. Skipping this step might seem harmless, but I've seen too many costly failures happen because it wasn't done. Your engine needs clean air, clean fuel, and unblocked intake pathways to run properly. On Ford engines like the 3.5-liter EcoBoost and the 5.0-liter Coyote V8, which run hard and demand consistent airflow, this system is very important. Some Fords have come into the shop with clogged air filters, restricted intake, and later damaged sensors or loss of power because of poor maintenance. I recommend changing the air filter every 30,000 miles, but if you drive dusty roads, tow heavy loads, or drive in winter or salt zones, you'll want to do it sooner at around 15,000 miles. A clogged air filter can cause poor throttle response, rough idle, and high fuel consumption. On a turbocharged Ford, restricted intake can mean the turbo is breathing dirt or working harder, and that increases wear. So, at every oil change interval or every 10,000 to 15,000 miles, check the air filter. On most Fords, the air filter housing is easy to access and all you need is a screwdriver. Then, replace filters with Ford-approved or Motorcraft air filters and fuel filters so you get the right fit and efficiency. Always inspect the intake ducting, hoses, and clamps to prevent cracks, holes, or loose connections. A good seal ensures that the filter does its job and the engine breathes properly. On trucks that tow, drive off-road, or in dirty environments, consider replacing the air filter every 6 to 10,000 miles. Don't believe any filters that are said to last forever, as filters always degrade and get loaded with debris. You'll pay for it in performance and engine wear if you ignore them. A good engine air filter is cheap, typically $25 to $40, and it takes maybe 15 minutes of your time or a quick service shop visit. But if a dirty air filter leads to a knockdown airflow, sensor damage, or engine wear, you could be looking at $3,000 in repairs. Number 4, tire alignment and suspension care matter. My number 4 tip leans towards tire alignment and suspension care. I see a lot of people focusing on the engine and ignoring the tires, alignment, and suspension, and it bites them later. If you want your Ford to hit big miles without major repairs, take this seriously. Your tires, suspension, and alignment are the unsung foundation of your Ford's longevity. Tires connect the vehicle to the road. Suspension keeps the ride smooth, and alignment makes sure the wheels hit the road the way the engineers designed so wear is even and steering is straight. On a Ford, especially an F-150, if your tires are misaligned or your suspension is worn, you're putting extra stress on everything. I recommend that you check alignment whenever you install new tires or after major service or damage. Many Fords have come into my shop with perfect engines but trashed tires or suspension components. Why? Because misalignment or a worn suspension will lead to uneven tire wear, making you buy tires more often. You also end up pulling up or drifting when driving, and it increases stress on the suspension, bearings, and axles. For instance, on an F-150, if you hit a curb hard, bend a control arm, and ignore it, you'll wear out that tire and suspension faster and reduce the vehicle's ability to handle loads and tow safely. Check your tire pressure monthly and rotate them every 5,000 to 7,500 miles or at oil change. Always check the tread for uneven wear. If you feel the Ford pulling, the steering wheel is off center, or tires are wearing unevenly, get a 4-wheel alignment. For a Ford F-150, the typical alignment cost is between $100 and $200, but DIY is tricky here, and I recommend you do it at a shop. As for suspension, inspect the shocks and struts, control arm bushings, tie rods, and ball joints at every oil change or every 10,000 miles. If you hear clunks, bouncing at speed, or feel sloppy steering, it's time to replace worn components. But if you ignore the maintenance, you might have to spend $1,200 to replace all 4 tires, over $1,000 for suspension components, or over $2,000 for damage to the axle or frame mounts. Number 5, drive gently. This might surprise you, but my number 5 tip is that you should take care of your Ford like a baby. Most people think that taking care of their car only requires maintenance. But if you drive gently, you'll skip a lot of big repair bills and keep your Ford running strong for hundreds of thousands of miles. Driving gently means avoiding harsh acceleration, slamming the brakes, lugging the engine at low revs and grinding the drivetrain under heavy loads. But for some Ford engines built strong, like the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 or the 5.0-liter Coyote V8, you can still wear them out if you always wind them up hard, haul heavy without care, or throttle from a standstill with force. Many Fords have come into the shop with trashed turbos, worn-out transmissions, cracked engine mounts, or even warped heads. Many of these problems come from poor driving habits. Sudden lugging of a big engine, towing over capacity, and late braking are all bad habits that accelerate wear. So when you start your engine, let it idle just long enough for the RPMs to settle, usually about 10 to 30 seconds, then drive gently, avoiding high RPMs until it's fully warmed up. Accelerate gradually and avoid sudden jolts. If you have a Ford pickup, shift early, don't lug the engine, and let the transmission work in the right range when towing or hauling. Avoid hard braking or aggressive cornering where possible, as this will put stress on the wheels, suspension, brakes, and engine. Even if Fords are built tough and are reliable, consistent abuse wears parts faster. If you're finding this helpful, hit that like button. It helps the channel a lot. Number 6. Use high-quality Ford parts when replacing key components. This number 6 tip is one habit that I always insist on. When a major part needs replacing, skip the cheap aftermarket versions and go with the Ford-approved parts. This small extra cost now beats big repair bills later. When I say key components, I mean parts like the timing chain guides, turbochargers in trucks with the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, head gaskets, transmission internals, suspension pieces, and sensor modules. These parts are built to specific tolerances and engineered to work with the rest of your Ford system. Using subpar replacements might fit, but they often don't last the way Ford's originals do. Some Fords have come into the shop because the owner installed a bargain aftermarket sensor or gasket, then watched the engine throw codes, lose power, or worse, suffer internal damage. A common example is a cheap oxygen sensor or mass airflow sensor that causes poor fuel economy and performance, and can even lead to long-term engine damage. Ford-approved parts are made for your exact model and application, and aftermarket universal parts often use cheaper materials or looser specs. For any repair, insist on Ford genuine parts. These usually come with a warranty and quality assurance. Even if a genuine part costs more than the budget aftermarket option, if the budget part fails, you will spend more money fixing it and might have to buy the Ford part again. Number 7. Addressing warning signs or minor issues immediately. Many customers ignore warning lights on their Ford, but I always tell my customers that check engine lights or odd noises should be taken care of. If you ignore these, a small fix can turn into a big repair. Your Ford's dashboard lights, odd sounds, drips underneath, or weird behavior are ways that your truck or car is telling you something is off. For instance, the check engine light might mean a loose gas cap, but it can also mean a misfire or a sensor reading gone bad. When you address those early, you prevent the issues from escalating. Some customers have brought their Ford into my shop with blown head gaskets, ruined turbos, or failed transmissions, and when talking to them, I realized that they saw warning signs, yet they simply ignored them. Whether they saw the coolant temp warning light or they felt the truck running hotter than normal, they ignored that and ended up with warped heads or a seized engine. There might be a vibration or a noise that you shrug off. Once, a Ford with a 4.0 engine had a death rattle, and the customer didn't realize that it was signaling a bigger internal problem. Another one noticed their F-150 dragging to one side, ignored it, and later the tire and suspension mounts were ruined. When the dash light comes on, don't just ignore it. Run a code scan. Many auto stores will scan for free or cheap. Also, pay attention to your car, looking for unusual noises, strange vibrations, or smells. For Fords, a hiss, clunk, or flashing light can all point to trouble. You can get yourself a basic OBD2 scanner for about $100 if you're DIYing. If you spot a minor issue, like a small coolant puddle or a check engine light for an O2 sensor, fix it now. It's critical to know the difference. A steady amber light means investigate soon, but a flashing check engine light means pull over and seek immediate service. A flashing light indicates a severe misfire that can destroy your catalytic converter in minutes. Number 8. Protect against rust, corrosion, and the environment. If there's one thing I've seen cut lifespans short just as much as engine or transmission trouble, it's rust and corrosion. If you ignore the body, frame, or undercarriage of your Ford, you can end up with big repair bills down the road. Rust is the enemy of metal. On your Ford, whether it's a 3.5-liter EcoBoost pickup or a 5.0-liter Coyote V8, metal parts like the frame rails, rocker panels, wheel wells, exhaust hangers, and mounting brackets are exposed to water, salt, mud, and grit. When moisture stays trapped, paint chips or road salt accumulates. Corrosion will start and spread. Some Fords in my shop have healthy engines, but their bodies and frames are already falling apart. Owners of the Ford F-150 have reported rust holes at frame rail mounts, wheel arches, and underbody barely years into use. When the structural parts corrode, you risk suspension mounts failing, structural weakness, or even frame replacement. Repairs for this cost way more than engine maintenance, so wash your Ford thoroughly, especially after winter or salty road use. Get into the undercarriage and wheel wells. Also, inspect your Ford quarterly by looking under the truck or car for rust spots, bubbling paint, exposed metal, and frame mounts. Also, clear debris that collects in cavities, frame boxes, or under rocker panels. I highly recommend an oil-based rust inhibitor spray like Fluid Film for vulnerable areas. Avoid hard rubberized undercoatings as they can trap moisture and accelerate corrosion if not applied perfectly. Repair chips immediately as a small crack in paint opens the door to rust. You might spend about $150 for rust inhibitor sprays, and a good wash every few months doesn't cost a lot. But if you ignore it, you might spend over $5,000 in repairs depending on the issue. As I often tell customers, spending a little on rust prevention now can save you thousands in structural and body repairs later. Number 9. Follow a strict Ford maintenance schedule. My final tip to keep your Ford lasting over 500,000 miles is to stick to the Ford-approved maintenance schedule faithfully. Always come to the shop when it's time, or even earlier. Ford recommends a detailed schedule for your vehicle, like every 30,000 miles to change the engine coolant air filter, every 100,000 miles to change the coolant, or every 150,000 miles to flush the transmission fluid. Personally, I think you should do this maintenance earlier if you drive on rough roads, in snow, or carry heavy loads. The schedule is based on how the engine, drivetrain, cooling system, suspension, and other systems age under normal driving and expected conditions. Many of my customers skip several scheduled services because they don't think it's important, they procrastinate, are too busy, or don't want to spend money. They end up with ruined transmissions, blown head gaskets, or worn-out engine internals. For instance, on a Ford 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, the schedule may call for a coolant change at 100,000 miles or 6 years. Skipping that means the coolant system can start corroding and the internals wear faster. Or on a Ford F-150, if you ignore the 150,000-mile transmission fluid change, you risk transmission failure. You should check your Ford owner's manual or ask your mechanic for help in planning a schedule. Also, mark out the major milestones like every 15,000, 30,000, 60,000, and 100,000 miles. At each service, check the oil and filter, air filter, coolant level, and others. Following the schedule and keeping records is also key to keeping your factory warranty valid. Doing scheduled services might cost you hundreds of dollars spread over thousands of miles, like $300 to $500 each major milestone. But if you ignore maintenance, you might be spending $3,000 to $6,000 on major repairs like engine rebuilds and transmission replacement. Maintenance costs a bit now, but leads to big savings later. With these tips, you can make your Ford last for over 500,000 miles without spending thousands in repairs. Make sure you come in for maintenance regularly if you want to use your Ford for the longest time. If you want more real advice for Ford owners, make sure to subscribe and check out my next video, where I share new Ford dealership scams that you must avoid.